Hello, listeners. Welcome to Furs, Fins, and Feathers, a podcast presented by the Wyoming Game and Fish Department. I'm Parker.
And I'm Francis. In each episode, we will discuss a Wyoming wildlife species and the features that make it so incredible.
Francis, have I ever told you what my favorite Pokemon is?
No, but based on our animal for today, I think I have a guess.
Go ahead.
Is it Pikachu?
No, it's Charizard,
Oh.
but Pikachu might have been a better choice considering today's topic.
In case you haven't guessed it already, today we are talking about one of our favorite alpine friends, the American pika.
In case you forgot, here's how this works. Francis and I rate this animal on a scale of 1 to 10 in a variety of categories. We then average our scores to get their wild rating.
First up, we have mobility. Mobility. It's all about how they move. I'm going to give pika an 8 out of 10. And this is because they live in some of the most rugged terrain in the United States. Some of the terrain that I see them in is barely maneuverable for me. So I'm really impressed by the fact that their little legs can handle it.
Francis, an 8 is ridiculous.
What?
Have you ever seen a pika, move?
I mean, yeah, they run up on a rock and...
Listen, I gave them a 2 for mobility.
Give him a womp
yeah,
womp.
cue the womp womp. I want it. There is not a more average moving animal other than all the animals I'm about to compare them to. It could be a chipmunk, could be a mouse, could be a vole.
When you
All
say
of them.
average, what is that supposed to mean?
They're not fast. They're not slow. They don't jump real high. They just kind of move, you know?
They deserve better than that, but fine.
Anyway, let's scurry on over to size. Size is how big, how small, how short, and how tall. We do care about them all, but I don't know if I
you
care
dare say
about.
it.
I don't know if I care about pika. Is what I'm
How dare
realizing
you.
as we go down this list. I give them a 2.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
They're the smallest lagomorph in the state. Do you know what a lagomorph is, Francis?
I couldn't define it for you, so
Lagomorphs are basically the rabbit family. So it's our hares, it's our bunnies, and then pika. And they are the littlest of the little. Just one more thing to rank them poorly on. What did you give them?
I'm scared to tell you now. I'm giving them a 9.
A 9?
They're just so cute. Okay, listen. I Googled their general feet size. I gasped when I read their paws are 1 inch long.
Yeah, Francis, that's just
1
kind of
inch,
small.
Parker.
Yeah, it's little.
I know, that's so cute.
Okay.
Anyway, our third category is accessories. You know, rings, bangles, a good bow tie. No, I'm just kidding. Accessories are the special features the animal has. I'm giving our pika an 8 out of 10 on accessories.
Do you know that you're allowed to give them lower than an 8? It's not like 8 to 10, it's like 1 to 10.
And I'm giving them an 8.
Okay.
And that's because they have these round ears. They're almost like 2 quarters resting on top of their head.
And let me guess, you find these quarters very cute.
I really do. But it's not just that they're cute. Like you said, they're a lagomorph and they're in the rabbit family. And so you know what a rabbit's ear looks like, right?
Normally pretty tall.
Right. Tall, maybe a point at the edge. Nothing like the pika's ears. So they're in this lagomorph family, but yet they have this accessory that is completely unlike their family members.
All right. I'll give you this 8. I'm
All
still
right.
not over the last 2 high scores, but I'll give you this
Take
one.
it.
I will move out of Womp Womp land and give them a 6 for accessories.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're improving because they finally have something interesting.
Like,
Their coats.
okay,
So last time we talked about snowshoe hare coats a little bit, right? Like winter coats and summer coats.
right.
Unlike snowshoe hares, they don't really change colors, but they do have a winter coat and a summer coat. In the fall, they shed their summer coat and grow their winter coat, right?
Yeah.
But because pika live so high in the alpine, a lot of times they don't even get to fully shed their winter coat in the spring.
Okay.
It's cold, right? In the winter.
Right.
They're up there, scurrying around the rocks very averagely. And then it's summer for like a little bit. They start to shed their winter coat. They start to like hit that zipper, take it off, and then boom, it's cold again.
Zip it back up.
Zip it back up. And they don't even get a chance to get their summer coat on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. It's because, they do live in very rugged places, very high places.
Right.
It is very impressive.
That is super impressive.
Now, let's boogie on over to style. Style is how attractive an animal is. Do they have any special colorations? Do they have any special markings? I'm going to leave all of the cute talk to Francis, and I'm going to focus in on their camouflage. And for their camouflage, I'm going to give them a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm coming back. Pikas are coming back. I give their camouflage a 9 because I hear a lot of pikas. They make this funny little squeak. We'll talk about it, I think, later. I don't see a lot of pikas.
Very rarely do I see one.
Yeah, because they just vanish.
Right.
So there's not a lot of animals that just vanish, and they're still making noise like, hey, I'm over here, and you can't find them.
Right.
So that's pretty impressive.
I'm going to give them an 8.
I'm actually shocked. I don't know if we've ever had a 10 on this podcast. I was expecting a 10.
I don't know if they deserve a 10. I'm going to give them an 8.
Okay.
Pretty solid. And that is because, like you mentioned, they're pretty darn cute. Maybe the cutest. The chubby cheeks, the tail so small we can't even see it. And truly, Parker, come on. When you do rarely see one in the wild, you cannot deny the fact that you secretly want to just snuggle on up to them and give them a little kiss on the head.
But we're not going to do that, are we, listeners?
Exactly. We will not do that.
Because we don't approach wildlife.
Correct.
But yes, I will not begrudge you this. They are incredibly cute. They're an excellent representative of their lagomorph family.
Thank you. Next up, intimidation factor. The intimidation factor is all about how scary the animal is to other animals or to us. Parker, this kills me. They're just too cute to be scary.
Yes. Prep the womp womp.
I'm giving them a 1.
Hit it!
Okay. They do have a defense mechanism to like scare off critters or try to. And it's just this cute little squeak. And again, they try to be scary, but it just doesn't really work.
Do we have a clip of this week? Yeah, I've never heard anything less intimidating.
Yeah.
That 1 might be high. I feel really validated right now.
Okay.
Riding this high. I'm going to give him a 2.
Wow.
I know. So higher than you 2 categories in a row, I might point out. But that's mostly because I really like the stuff that eats them.
Okay.
And it's this group of animals called mesocarnivores.
What is that?
Hello, listeners. Stephanie here, your Furs, Fins, and Feathers producer. Just popping in to let you know that the word Parker just used is actually pronounced mesocarnivore, not mesocarnivore. Now, back to the show.
It's essentially those little meat eaters. Think not big ones, not mountain lions and bears and the bigger ones. Think like weasels.
Oh.
And I really like weasels.
I do too.
And it's funny to me. I've never seen it in person. I'd like to one day. To think about a little weasel chasing a little pike around in their rock habitat. I think that's super cool. And it's interesting. Like when you think about it like that, like pikas aren't squeaking at bears. They're squeaking at something very similar in size.
And sometimes humans.
Yeah, and sometimes me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a 2's fair. Last but not least, it's Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle are those unique features that no other animal may have. Listen, I've been pretty hard on pika today.
You really have.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's just something happening today.
Something in the air.
I'm not super impressed by them, but I want to leave them with a good score.
Okay.
So my last rating will be a 4.
That's a good score?
It's a better score. It's not a 2.
Okay.
And I want to give them credit. They stay up there, way up high on the mountains all year round. And there are not a lot of animals that can hang in the alpine all year round. So they're kind of in a class by themselves. Again, you're going to talk about how they kind of cheat, but it's pretty impressive just to stay.
They don't cheat. It's called an adaptation, Parker. So I'm giving our pika a 7 out of 10. And that is because they're essentially miniature farmers.
Explain, please.
Happily. So our pika, they eat grasses, right?
Yep.
So as they're preparing for the winter, because again, it's really tough up there during the winter conditions, but they refuse to leave. So what they do is they'll grab a whole bunch of grasses, put them in a bundle, have them kind of dry out in the sun to prevent any molding from happening.
Smart.
Exactly. And then throughout the winter, they will feed on these little bundles. And the best part is that we often refer to these bundles as little haystacks.
Oh, so like really little farmers. Like they have little barns and
Exactly.
they've got little pika tractors. And,
Yeah, a general store down the corner.
Yeah.
To sell their bundles.
A pika economy, if you will.
Exactly.
I love that.
I do too. 7 out of 10. The moment we all been waiting for. It is the wild rating. As always, the wild rating is the average number of points given for all of our previously explained categories. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Their wild rating is 5.5, which it feels like you gave them a 10 and
How
I gave them a
average.
2, and right in the middle is a 5.5. And that's how we
Truly.
got there.
This entire time, you talk about how average they are,
Yeah, 5 is perfect. What a great score.
I suppose. So, now that you've learned about the American pika, you may be interested in experiencing them in nature. And there are a few options. But again, before you head out and do these activities, always keep your safety in mind. Never approach wildlife. I repeat, never approach wildlife. Or kiss them on the head, or snuggle them, or give them words of affirmation and tell them how cute they are, even if you really, 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 really want to. Don't.
Don't. So, unlike a lot of the species we talk about in this podcast, pike are actually protected in the state of Wyoming, so there's no hunting. You can enjoy them through photography. Pika can be really easy to hear, but really hard to see. So try to listen for those little squeaks and see if you can kind of locate where they're at. They can make a great subject for a photo. Another way you can enjoy them without actually seeing the physical pika is looking for their haystacks.
Yeah.
Francis talked about their little, farmer haystacks. They don't actually have barns. It just looks like a little pile of grass hidden in the rocks. But they can be really fun to see, and then you can know that there are miniature farmers around,
Yeah.
like Francis said.
I love that.
The last way I wanted to mention you can enjoy them is our conservation stamp art show. In 2025, our deadline will be April 10th for submissions. There's more information linked in the description below. You can also find some more information on the Game and Fish website. If you're an artist, if you're not an artist, if you might want to draw, it can be a great way to celebrate the pika and maybe even get your art rewarded in some way. So check that out. It can be a lot of fun.
That was fun. I'm already looking forward to the next episode. Are you?